you've got a new book to inspire children to get out, to seek adventure and to be sort of the best versions of themselves. It's called You versus the World, aimed at children between 7 and 11, would you say?
Yeah, and I think it's a really tough age for kids, especially now. I think there's more, as you know, there's more anxiety, there's more just worry about the world and war and climate change and coming out of the pandemic and, you know, been isolated for a long time. And it's You versus the World is what it says. It really is. It's trying to equip young people with the stuff maybe school doesn't always equip them with. You know, how to deal with social media, how to deal with bullies, how to deal with failure in life, how to develop a great winning attitude, to how to be a good team player, you know, this sort of stuff. So I'm really excited for it. It's had an amazing response from young people so far. And as somebody said to me today in the street, they went, "It's the guide to never giving up." And I went, "It's the guide to never give it." That is it.
Yeah.
You know? So very touched and really hope people get lots out of this.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Sure they will.
Now, as Chief Scout, you inspire a lot of youngsters all over the world. We've got some questions from a few of them. First up, it's Scout Annabella.
What was your biggest dream when you were a Scout? And is there still a dream you'd like to achieve?
Well, first of all, hello, nice to see you. Great to see the Scouts, come on. And as Scouts, we're told dreams are good. They're God-given, you got to follow them. Don't listen to the dream stealers. I definitely had lots of dreams as a kid. Number one was to try one day to climb the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest, which eventually I got to do. A dream come true. But good for you, keep going, follow your dreams, and I can't wait to see where they take you.
Lovely. We've got a message from Jacob, who's a little squirrel. He wanted to ask this.
What's the kindest thing anyone has ever done for you?
I should say, he's not an actual squirrel, obviously, but that's the youngest Scout now, isn't it?
You're right,
Squirrels.
it's
Do you know
the
what I
new
mean?
youngest
because
age
people
group.
will be confused.
Growing super fast around the country.
Exactly.
So well done you as a squirrel.
We love Jacob. What's the kindest thing that somebody's done for you?
So first of all, well done. Keep going. Say hello to all your fellow Squirrel Scouts. I think the kindest thing was probably a soldier friend of mine called Chris Carter, who's no longer alive. He lost his life in Afghanistan. But I remember once in the desert with him, and we were out of water, waiting for a helicopter to extract us, and it didn't come, and we ended up having a long march of tens of miles, and we're rationing the water down to the last capful at a time, and I was out and I was struggling. And I never forget, Chris, quietly in the middle of the night as we were moving along, made me have his last capful of water. And the water didn't make any difference, but his kindness kept me going when I really didn't think I could. And I've never forgotten him and never forgotten that deed. So wow. Jacob, keep doing kind things. You can change people's lives with it.
Oh, I've got goosebumps.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, that's an incredible story.
This is Melchior, who's a young leader.
Who was your biggest influence to get out there and enjoy the outdoors as a child?
Yeah, good question. I think my late dad, really. He was a former Royal Marines commando. Taught me to climb at a young age. I struggled a lot at school, but one thing I knew is that I loved the outdoors. It was a place where I felt connected with him, and he'd teach me all these skills, teach me to climb. No longer alive now, but I often quietly just say thank you to him for so much, you know, and it was the connection I was after, I think, more than the being scared up a rock face. I love being with him. And I think that's the magic of the outdoors as a parent with kids, taking them on the adventures. You don't have to go to the other ends of the world. You don't have to climb Everest. You know, Everest is in here. It's a state of mind, and I'll always be grateful to my dad.
Oh, wow.
Aww.
Thank you, Bear. Thank you so much. The Bear's book's called You versus the World. It's absolutely brilliant. It's out now. OK,